All right, so here we are in turn one, starter kit S55, the Fire Brigade game that Kevin and I have set up to allow individuals to join our game and ask questions between turns. There's a lot of questions that always come up during a game, even a standard game, even an ASL game, any game you want to play, there's always questions. This allows you to actually engage the players or engage the other people that are watching the game in questions that they may have about the game. Where do you want to set up here? Why didn't you take a +3 shot on that? Anything you have is pretty much fair game. Just try to avoid giving tactical tips to the players themselves. Just ask questions for the most part for clarity and things like that. You really want to let the players play their game, and then later on, if you have questions about certain things that occurred during the game, that's kind of what we're looking for here. Strategies and changes on why people should do something like that, you feel free to join the jam sessions that I typically have. I believe I usually run them on the weekend about 12 Pacific Daylight Time. I may run one at a different time to let some of the individuals maybe from the Pacific Asian territories or Asian countries to be able to engage there if there's interest in that. So let me know if you're interested in that. I could set up a different time, say like 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which would better suit those individuals, either those individuals from the Pacific or those individuals from, say, like the Scandinavian countries and maybe Russia, something like that. So anyway, we're going to get to the game. I'm going to explain the game, the victory conditions, and then the game will commence after that. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good time and play lots of ASL. Thanks a lot. All right, so here we are, some of my strategy thoughts on what the Russians can do in this particular game with the victory conditions that have been changed slightly. He has set up most of his forces to cover up pretty much every single hex on the board. So that kind of forced me to essentially throw all my guys on one side and not get stuck with the village fighting in the bottom board U, I think. So I can always come back theoretically to claim 4 buildings on the bottom board, but let's look at the victory conditions here. If you could read that there, let me zoom in. The Russians win at game end by controlling at least 7 multi-hex buildings, in case you're not familiar with this scenario. Provide at least 2 are on board W. So this is board W up here. So we've got victory board here, victory, victory, and victory. I can mark those. Okay, so they're all marked. We 2 buildings makes it difficult for the Russians, not for the Russians, but for the Germans and the Romanians, simply because the building in the middle is a free building. I'm not sure how you can stop the Russians from getting that building. So that's a gimme. The next building the Russians can look to get is either one of these or that one. Well, what quandary does that put the Axis player into? That means he has to defend both sections, because if the Russians will get here, he's 4 hexes or 5 hexes away, 4 to 5 hexes away from this one, and if he's at this elevation or this horizontal, he's 4 to 5 hexes away from that one. So pretty much you've got to split your force to defend them, or put all your eggs in one basket, or do something. There's usually plenty of time for that to occur. Now, in terms of getting 3 victory buildings, it completely changes the complexion of the game. 1, this building's the same free. This is the same free building. 2, now the question you need to ask yourself is, does the Axis player need to worry about this building, or does he need to worry about these buildings? Well, you need 3. We got 1 down here, got 1 here, we got 1 here. So by virtue of simple math, the Russians have to get 1 of these buildings. If the Russians get 1 of those buildings, most likely he'll get both of those buildings. You know, that's a potential. These are all stone buildings, great terrain. Once you're in one, it's hard to dig out 8 morale units from a stone building. So it's highly likely that the Russians, if they've gained 1, they're going to be destroying the next. Now, it doesn't exclude DD7, mind you, but it does mean the Russians have to come here. So in that case, if the Germans defend this hill with everything they got, and bring all these units, which don't even actually need to be on this board is irrelevant. If all those units come back and defend the front and defend back here, what do you've got? You've got, let's see, 6 Germans. You've got 13 squads defending essentially 4 hexes. It'd be interesting to note to see if the Russians can live through that. I don't think so, because if you have 14 units, you have 28 potential attacks. 28 attacks against 17 units. Let's say a third break, then the next turn a third break, then the game's over. So that's what I'm concerned about, is him throwing everything back at those hexes. If he doesn't, I have a chance. If he even throws some units back there, I have no chance. Because, you know, rolls, be as they may, will come and go for both sides. I mean, you can't rely on, okay, if I roll a 7, he's going to roll a 7 and break. It doesn't happen that way. You just have to anticipate that that's kind of what you're looking for. So, given that information, I hope to push as hard as possible. I hope to push as hard as possible, as I was saying, as I back up with my massive units here, down the road and up. And the hill's also good too, because the hill is a nice defendable area. I can go up the middle of the hill and not be fired on from either direction. And it gets to me one of my objective hexes that I need to get anyway, right? So, and from this point, I can either use the troops that are in this location to move over, either go this way and collect those victory hexes along the way, victory buildings along the way, or send 1 or 2 squads down here to occupy key locations that the remaining has to get. If I end up occupying this building, that building, this one, this one, this one, and this one, then the remaining has to run around trying to reclaim those. At that point, he has to spend 1 or 2 movement phases here, 1 or 2 movement phases here, you know, and hop, skip, and jump here, there, and here while getting shot at. You know, I can cover those areas of approach. It's not that big of a deal. But as long as I don't take a lot of casualties from the left-hand side over here, we can push most of our force up into that area and onto board W. These units down here, machine gun, and essentially I think I swapped out these 2 units with 458s. Why did you do that, Stu? Is because I need some heavier morale units down here to defend, or to be able to survive some of his small attacks, 2-2s across the open, or 2-1s. That's the reason why I need 458s. I need somebody alive to keep pressure or defend my units if in case he happens to break a medium's going right here to cover the road. That's pretty much all it's doing. It's covering that shot there, so this guy can't move over here freely. So he can't, essentially, so he can't get away for free without at least being a shot at a 4 even shot, or 4+1 in case the assault moves. Because I'm going to get the hindrance here regardless. I'd have to actually be in that hex to be able to shoot freely. I really don't need to be in that hex. I'll take a 4 even. I don't have a problem with that. Or 4+1. Low, it's a lower percentage, but it's better than 4+3 against, like, say, this unit over here. So that's my plan. These units on the bottom, they're just going to come in here, keep these guys occupied. You know, that's 3 squads out of 7 that he's got. Let him occupy with a small force, and that force down here hopefully can just be the guys that are cleaning up all this crap here, and these guys can ignore it. That's the plan. We'll see what happens. I've never played this scenario before. I've never played Kevin, so I don't know his style. And most of your gameplays are the style of your opponent. Does he like to fire early? Does he like to fire late? Does he like to stack units? Does he put his best leader with his best weapon all the time? And does he value this? Does he use smoke? Does he do that? So everything's an unknown. The scenario's an unknown. The opponent's unknown, and pretty much there's infantry on infantry engagement. Not really a lot of support weapons. A couple lights here and there, medium here and there. Meh. You know, it's all about getting to your objectives in the short period of time that you have to get there. Time is your enemy here, not the Romanians. The Romanians will be overwhelmed, but time is your enemy. If you screw around with the Romanians, you won't have enough time for the 2 or 3 turns that you need to combat the Germans, which have that 8 morale that you don't want to face. So, given that, keep your units alive as best as possible, conserve them, trudge them up on the hill or around the hill, and do your best. All right, thanks a lot. Let's get to the game.
That the setup conditions allow the Russians to enter from A6 all the way to P10. And that's why these two guys are up here flapping in the breeze, certain to be DM'd and on the turn 1. Because if you don't put things to interdict this entry, then they're off to the races down here and actually get way into territory before the bottom of turn 2 when these guys come on from this edge of the board. So, and obviously these 3 buildings are going to be, you know, the linchpins of what they're going to try to protect. So these poor chaps just have to sacrifice themselves and not cower on their first fires so that they can get more than 1 shot off. And that is absolutely critical. There's a 1 in 6 or 17% chance on any, you know, shot that's not leader directed of a cower. Now, you have several ways you could have gone, right? You can stack up over here. I'm hoping some down 2s might get me a KIA somewhere along the way, or maybe an ELR. I got a guy here, so he can't just overwhelm the hill without maybe getting a down 2 or 2. This guy, I thought really, really long and hard about putting him here. That's my MMG. And that could help secure the hill, but then this set of orchards means he's useless for anything on this half of the board. It's all blocked line of sight until he gets to here. So the problem is that if I put this guy up here, he can now overwhelm the middle area, and you know, that gives him a quicker way into these buildings, and from there it's, you know, Katie bar the door. So it's a really, really sticky wicket for the Romanians. This unit and this unit are there primarily because they have the potential for a skulk should they come in on this edge. The leader's here because I need to be able to shoot that hex and shoot another hex, and the leader would stop the cowering. If they came in, I'm expecting, again, all of these guys to just be dead on turn 1. The way he's coming in over here, I may keep some of these guys for a little bit, but the pressure's now going to be to how do I stop him from overwhelming and running to the back to get too deep before I'm ready to be positioned back there. Oh no, you didn't lose me, did you?
No. You still there?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you what are you using to click? What is that click?
Oh, I forgot. It's my trackpad on my laptop. I'm lying on my back
Oh, because you're on the laptop. That's right.
Yep. But I have to remember that I can, you know, click. That was the same thing.
Yeah, that's much better. The other click is like someone.
Yep, I have to touch it.
Someone like taking a ruler, bending it back, and smacking it on the table.
Whack. Okay.
And honestly, I rarely use the circles, especially on. Well, that's another primary reason why I usually play on smaller maps like this, because like you say, like you know, I'm gonna fire my 8-1 and I5, and I just simply look at the board, and that way, because the problem is like in my circle it doesn't, but what it does is it has a tendency to bounce the map around, and you might be designating something on another side. I could quickly scroll to it if it's not even on my view, but what it does is it has a tendency to bounce around a lot. But yeah, definitely if you want to use it, that's fine. but definitely not the click. That's really loud. At least on my end it is, because your mic is pretty good, and it picks up.
Okay,
it picks up that
I will
click.
do the touch.
Yeah.
Your movement phase.
Yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah, we need our little counters and all that crap. We'll do the Russian. Oh, what the hell? Why does it select them both? It should only be selecting one of them. That's weird. So what I do with the counters on the right-hand side, Kevin, is I don't use the turn flip counter because it really doesn't really tell you who goes first, although you could remember. I have a story about why I use these counters here. One, they look pretty. They kind of look like the pretty turn markers that you get in your sets. And two, it tells you exactly who moves first in the scenario. So when I move first, my marker will be here, obviously. And then when you move after me, you'll be on top. And when I move the second turn, and let's say we save the game right there, we know exactly that you haven't moved yet.
Okay.
So
Yep.
because a lot of times I honestly don't use like the octagon thing over here, because I'm really bad at keeping it up to date, and it's usually in a it's usually never in an optimal spot on the map. Let's just say that. You know, and you know, squad leader usually focused on just the game. So, but my idea in this scenario here, my particular setup, sort of like what Kevin was saying, you know, he's got to slow guys down so they just don't get everything on turn one. And he's had a decent setup here. It's pretty much the guys in the bottom have covered all the open ground hexes on the entire bottom of the part of the board, which is fine. I was thinking about, my initial thought was taking some, you know, 8 morale units and just charging them down there and trudge through the town. But the problem is you've got to get on the backboard, and I've got to get back to X6. So again, that's how the scenario changes from 2 of those buildings to 3 of those buildings. In essence, I have to cross over that hill that he's going to be defending, and either get both of those buildings or one of those. But X1, X2 has to be obtained. And DD7 and EE7 is another potential. But the problem is, if I only had 2 of them to deal with, those are the only ones I would have to deal with, and so I would never, ever have to even touch that hill. But because we're doing the 3 buildings, I have to then push forward another 4 to 5 hexes, which means that's another turn or 2 of movement and braking and things like that. And so Romanians, not a lot of firepower, but don't ever underestimate a 2-2 or 2-1 or 2 even or 2+1 for that matter. You know, he's got to take the shots that he's got, and hopefully it'll work. His medium machine gun's 4 portage points. You can move that thing around lightly, easily with a leader with it, so that's not a problem in mobility. Unlike my medium machine gun, which is 5 portage points. So that thing is really not going to be helping on board W on the top board. It's just not going to get up there quickly enough. So I'm going to try and use it. I'm probably going to put it down here somewhere so his guys just can't run away for free. The same principles of his move, putting his guys over in the C and the A row, where I can't get on for free. That's the same principle that I'm going to use my medium machine gun. Obviously, because it's got a 10 range. I mean, you got to take advantage of the range. So, we could just go for it right now, and I've got a ton of units over here, and because I have to go deep, I think it's quicker, even if I take -2 shots in the open, to go through the open ground versus trudging through the town. Again, if the scenario victory conditions were reversed and they were normal, where I only needed 2 buildings, I could trudge through the town and just send a small contingent over to the left-hand side. Because pretty much you just got to take the town and X1, and then you got to send like 4 or 5 guys in the back for DD7. So that's much easier to do. So we're going to try it, see what happens. So let's go straight to the, let me go here. Movement, straight to the movement phase. We don't have, obviously you can't prep fire from off board, and there's not much rallying in starter kit that you could do off board. So movement phase. Oh, sorry, hold on. Let me change one thing. There we go. Not good deal. Excellent. Let me move this dumb thing out of the way so I have this active. And he's got his first fire markers stacked up already. That's hilarious. Okay. Let's go with a 1, 2. Actually, we are going to swap 2 units over here. So let's go with off board. We're going to go 1 and enter A6.
Hope it's only a first fire with 2 down 2. No cower, yay. Pintask check, 1 resid.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, getting the clicking. So he's and he, I'm sorry, he will counter exhaust if that I don't think really makes a difference to you.
Yeah, I'll assume a lot of your guys are going CX.
And then he'll go 2.
He is good there.
3.
Try this guy, hoping not to pin. 4 down 2 this time.
All right.
Oh, not to cower, I mean. Not effect. So much for the down 2s erasing guys. Carry on.
Okay, interesting.
He can go as far as you want to take him. And while he's thinking, I'll point out for the players that note that the road is split down the center of 2 hexes. That actually means that both sets of entry points can use the road bonus all the way, which is kind of nice. So watch out for that. There's a number of entry points where you've got that type of situation.
All right, we'll go 3 here. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Good, no shots.
5.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we will go to the next unit. This unit will CX. He will go 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Yep.
6.
He's good. Is that another half squad? Oh, that's not a half squad. Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's a full squad.
Let's see if I shoot him.
You mean back him up? I can back him up if you want.
No. That would be where I would shoot him. Let's see. Nope, he's good.
Okay, good deal. Let's go with
Carry on. Have some CXs.
I just usually click him there. So he'll go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ring around the rosy.
6.
Is that 447?
4, 5, 8.
All right. 4, 5, 8. All right. We can go up around. Yep. We'll take that for another 2 down 2. Oh, cower, but that's okay. So it's already fired. All right. 2 to 4 on the 2 is 1 check.
4 on the 1.
And most importantly, 1 is it.
Yep.
Oh, look at you go. Not a good start for the Romanians. Carry on.
Okay, we shall. All right, let's go. This big boy should have been there. We're going to 6 up 1 is what? Not good.
It's a normal on a 6, which also has cower possibilities. So 42% of the time.
Okay, so we are going to CX this unit here. We're going to go 1.
Yep.
2. 3.
Yep.
5.
Let's see.
He's good.
6.
Okay.
Good to go. Okay.
I might be able to erase it. Nope, he's good.
Oh, excellent.
See, one of the key things here, guys, is that if I shoot my guys too early, he can do stack moves with his leaders and get much farther when I'm froze out. Like if I shoot this guy, this stack and that stack and that stack can squirm up through here, and I can't do anything at all about it. So fire discipline is the term.
Okay. Well, we're going to see what happens with this. We're going to test your discipline right here. 1. 2.
Yep.
3. 4.
Yep.
5, 6.
Okay, he's good.
7.
He is good.
8. Nine minus 2's in the way.
Yeah. He's good.
Okay. We are going to back our CX. We'll CX this unit here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing with the next unit behind him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, he won't go there. 5, and then
CXing?
Yeah, he's CXing. These guys are CXing. He will go ahead and go there as well. 6 there.
Okay. So Stu made a good play with the combo here because it's juicy, but not juicy enough to not hold my fire for a potential 3 down 2 on that stuff.
I tried to bait him with a little shitty 7 morale unit in there too as well.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we're all good for that. So we are going to go. Let's do this. We're going to. Let's go 2 into H10.
H10. That's down there. Oh, he's okay. I don't think I can see him.
Okay, 4.
Yep.
Next unit will CX.
Yeah, hold on just a second.
Okay, 4. Sorry, 4 there.
Let's see. That guy, nope. He's good. Go.
All right, pour a little bit of soda here. I don't know if the order down here makes a difference, but it makes a slight difference. Slight difference. So we are going to go. We're going to CX this unit here. 2.
Yep.
4. 5.
Hold there. I would be able to shoot him there. That's okay. All right, we'll try our first fire here. 6 down, 2. No cower. Oh, that's not
Damn,
enough
that's a good
dice.
roll.
Hey, I got 3.
Oh,
that's
hello. Well, you got a half of it on the first roll.
all the way down to 2 received.
Right. And again, if you
Well
could,
done.
if you use like the control like thingy for the circle.
He's good.
5, and then we
Right.
can go. I don't want to go there. Do we want to go that way? 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we were supposed to have broken and casually reduced at least a guy or 2 by now.
Yeah, a couple guys should have been really banged up. I know.
Oh well.
2, 3, 2.
Benjamin jinked me when he said for you to roll high and for me to roll low.
Right. Well, he didn't say when. He didn't say when.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So we're going to go.
I'll save mine for down in the trenches in the back of board W.
He didn't break, huh? I expected that guy to break. That was actually a bad position for me to be in to break.
6 down 2 has a very good chance of breaking the 7 morale guy.
Damn. I expected him to break, and that was actually, I didn't really want to move there. So, yeah, whatever. A 2, 4, 8.
Yeah, that's definitely a first world problem. Oh, I ran my guy into a 6 down 2, and darn, he didn't break.
There you go. All right, so we'll, interesting.
I would have rather evaporated him so I could shoot at I-10 when you assault move into it with your big pile of crap.
There you go. Let me move this guy a little bit. I need to see that hex.
Let's see.
I need to zoom in on that. That looks pretty clear. All right, we're gonna go 1.
Yep.
2, 3. We're going to go.
You only got 2 places. Well, you could go up on the top there.
That's going to be obvious right down there. Let's go back over to the left.
F9
Let me
or
reduce,
F10. I think you should go down to F10. He's a little skittish.
Let's see. You got residual there. I'm just surprised how many guys. Let's see, I won't be surprised anymore. All right, let's okay, we're gonna CX the unit in the back. One, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
Hold on a sec.
3.
Okay. Yeah, I was off. I was talking to the wife trying to get the throat hostage.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, he's good. Go ahead.
4.
Yep.
5.
Yep.
7.
Ouch. 2, 4, 7, 8.
Big fat boy.
All right, we're gonna take it.
All right.
You've tempted me this time.
All right.
6 up, 1. 8 on the 6 is a pin task check.
Okay. Again, like the click, if you could choose the other clicking thing.
Oh yeah.
So we got the leader, task check, fine, 3/8. We'll go top, next, middle, bottom guy pins. We'll just send theoretically one of those guys pins. It really doesn't matter. No.
It does matter, but it's not the LMG.
Not the LMG guy, absolutely. So he's first fired. So then Elkin will then CX. Obviously, it's the obvious one. Just get that big fat stack out of the way. He'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to.
Well, from there you basically can either go backwards or you can go 8 up into E6, because otherwise you're overstacked.
I could drop it into D5 and get rid of one of these 4, 5, 8s, which I think I will for right now.
Yep.
So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this unit was 1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6.
And then
right.
I got a straggler in the back.
2. You have one over on the left.
Yeah. We'll just go 2, 3, 4. No CX.
Yep.
He's picking up all the stuff the guys are dropping behind while they're running. And then on the bottom, he's moved. Oh, I gotta click my units moved. I deselected that when I was setting up because I hate seeing all that stuff move.
Well, we'll know everybody on board has moved.
Yeah, exactly. That's the easiest part.
About to be done. So
yeah, exactly. So let's go with the. Let's go with the. Let's see, 2. Interesting. Okay. We'll go assault move with the 4, 5, 8 into I-10.
Well, we'll try to leave Resid there.
All right, sounds good.
That's going to be a 2 down 1. Okay, on Resid. Oops, let me not do the quick thing in here. Oops. And this guy. Right. Okay, carry on. Next unit.
All right. We're assault move. Wow. God, there's none help in this situation, huh? Let's go. Interesting. We're gonna assault move to J10.
Right. We will subsequent here.
Yep.
Looks like a 1 up 1.
Sounds good.
This is going to be a 3. And a cower for no effect. The dice are truly laughing at me here.
Oh my goodness.
That's it. Defensive fire phase.
Right. Oops.
Clear off residuals. Looks like you got that. Okay. Up here, we'll take the adjacent 2 flat. 6 on the 2 is a pin task check.
Where are you looking at?
Right there.
It's 4.
Oh, it's a 4.
Yeah.
That means it's,
it's a 4. It's a real squad.
It's a normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm used to my guys being 3s.
That's fine. That's fine. It breaks on your 10. On your 10 that you loaned me.
Yep. Okay.
What's your ELR? Is a 3, I think, so no ELR there.
Yeah.
That guy is done here. I can take a 2 up 2 or a 2 flat. Well, if we're gonna need a good roll, we might as well need a good roll. So we'll shoot the stack here. 2 up 2, looking for a 3. Nope.
Right. All right. So now, for whatever reason, the thing's bouncing around now. When I do my
So
what is it? When I do my
where-
shift, it doesn't bounce, but when you do your shift, it's sent. Is it?
Well, if you're centered on, if you got the map in the center of your screen in full size, so you can see the whole lower part of that half of the map, if I click, it shouldn't move you anywhere.
Go ahead and click it. It moves it.
Yeah, but it moves it to the center.
No, it moves
Of
my
the
map.
screen.
Like if you were in the center and you click around the center part, it doesn't move it. But if you click just off to off center, it will move the map.
I think that's a setting on your end because when you click over on M5, my map does not shift left or right at all.
M5.
Like you were clicking here and then you click here, M5. My map didn't move when you clicked it between those two. It stayed fixed on my screen.
Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Did it center up there?
Sure, yeah. If it's off the map, it'll move.
What about like down here?
Now, when you move down there, see, now it's moved just a little bit, right?
Yeah, if it's in the
But if
same general vicinity,
Yeah, general vicinity, it won't.
it won't do it. But
shift
if you're like, I don't know,
Alright.
the magic number might be 8 hexes.
So this
And I don't
guy
think there's a setting for
is
that though.
Final fired. Yeah, I think you're right. This guy will take his adjacent. This one's a 2 flat.
Yeah. Yeah, again, like I said, that's why I usually avoid that is for the bouncing, because if I'm like checking an LOS and then you highlight a guy on the left-hand side, especially a small map, I'll usually just designate like I8 will fire adjacent. That way, like when I'm planning my advanced fire, it doesn't bounce around, so I lose focus of who's actually firing.
2, 3, 4, 5, range 5. All right, so this guy is gonna shoot here. It's sorry about that. Range 5, 2 hindrances. I'll use the LMG. It should be a 4 up 2 leader directed. Rate of fire and a 5 on the 4 is a 1 check.
And that's on the unit H8.
H8.
Okay. That will ELR him, I think. ELR 3.
1 check. No, yeah, it does. He's not an 8 guy, so we will consider them done. And it is now. Let's see. We do a little geometry here. 1, 2, in the middle. I will declare. I'll declare that and give you the fit of knowledge. Yeah, I do not. That's it.
All right. Cool. All right, let's go with let's do everybody on the bottom. 8 plus 3 and I8. The LOS from G10 might not be there, but it is.
Oh wow.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. No half squad, no medium, obviously. So
Yep.
8 up 3 on that shot.
Mm-hmm.
No effect.
Close.
This guy here, we will fire 6, 12. Okay, we'll fire everyone there. No LMG.
There,
I'm sorry. The 628s in D7.
Yep.
We'll
Feel free to control click for me.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because it'll. Yeah. That's fine. These guys here, the 628s in D7, will fire the C12, and that will be 15. We'll go ahead and add the 4-4. Though the 447 is not going to really add anything, to be honest with you, because they're both plus. Yeah. We'll add the 447. Make it 16 up 2.
Well, you don't want to because you lose the leader direction. And remember, with assault fire, you're doubled in half because you're adjacent and you advance fire.
Right.
But then you fractions round up. There are none. But then you add 1. So each of your unpinned 628s are 7 each. And the LMG gets you 16 without the pinned guy, right?
Right.
So the pinned guy goes half to 3, half to 1.5, and then doubled back to 3 plus 1 is 4. That gets you 20. +3 leader directive.
Right, but I can avoid breaking the LMG on almost a guaranteed break because I'll need the LMG for range, and I can add the 4 next to him. And I don't have and I don't care about cowering when I'm firing at a 16 chart. If you cower 1 chart, it's not gonna make a difference. Well, a significant difference. If that was a -2, obviously that, or even a -1 leader for that matter. And
all right.
And
so you'll add him in, so it's 20 without the LMG.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'll be straight up 20. Yeah, because I need to save the LMG for range in case somebody wants to start running away. That's essentially a 1 at a 12 hex range, and breakdown 11 is way too low. So hopefully we'll roll just an average roll here. An 8, that's pretty average.
9, 10, 11 on the 20s. Normal?
Should be 10.
Why 10?
Oh, it's not a building there.
Right, there's nothing there.
The one check. Come on, boys. You gotta be stout.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah. How about that? The dreaded trifecta. ELR, braking, casualty reduction. Break. Oh, I gotta flip him back over because there we go. All right. Good shot. Well, actually, bad roll for me.
Well, it's a 20 chart. It's hard not to get an effect. So, but yeah.
Next.
We don't need to fire anybody else. So let's go with. Let's start with the fat boy here. Let's go 2, 4. Yeah, in this case, we're going to add the LMGs. The 9-1 leader in E5. Right in the smack dab middle of my big giant entourage. Will fire everything at your C3 unit 447. That's 2, 4, 5, 6 for the LMGs. +1 for the woods. +1 for CX. -2 for leader. So that should be a 6 even shot.
Yep.
Ouch.
Okay, 6 is
That's a K2.
Oh, K2. All right. So we'll take the K, which to a squad, and the remainder is a 2 check. That, and that's ELR.
Oh, that's right. ELR 2.
ELR of 2, yes.
Wow.
Good job.
And then let's see, 4. This guy will have to fire 2, 4, 6.
Oops.
4, 8. All right, we're gonna split this. We just want to break you. That's all we really need to do. So we'll fire. I hate doing it. We need to break you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna. Let's see. Again, the difference of shooting, and the problem is I'm looking at a CX here for the units in B5, C6, and this entourage to deal with this guy. That guy needs to break. So I can get an 8+2 shot on him, which means I need to roll 6 for morale check, which isn't great. Or I could do a 4+2, which means I would need a 4, but then I can get another 4+2 or 6+2 from another guy. So I get 2 rolls, essentially 2 rolls to get a 4 or 5 versus 1 roll to get a 6. I think I'll take the 2 rolls to get a 4 or 5 instead of the 1 roll to get 6 because I won't be able to fire this guy anyway. So we'll fire the guy adjacent. The 4, 5, 8 will fire.
You could make a huge fire group, right? You could fire everybody.
Right, but that's only going to give me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it's only going to give me a 10, which is an 8 sharp +2, which means I need to roll a 6. 1 6. And the 4 and 6, yeah.
I get, if you do all of those, that's...
Oh, that's right, I got this guy in the back too. That's right, 2, 4, 6.
5, 6. That's 6 squads.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'll do, I forgot these guys up on the hill because you broke right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire that guy adjacent there. This guy adjacent here, or this guy here. So we've got 4 adjacent. Both these guys are halves, so it's 8. That'll be an 8+2 on you right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it doesn't break you, we'll follow up with these guys. So an 8+2, 5, 7 on the 8 is a
One
1.
check. He loves it. Woot.
Okay. And then we'll follow up with the guys in the back. 6 plus 2. Wow.
6 on the 6 is a 1 check. Again, come on, another snake.
Ouch.
12.
You flipped
I
them
brought the
over.
average back down.
You just flipped the dice over. What the heck are you doing, Kevin?
Battle, ELR, and squad, and flip.
And the guys down below, that's everyone except for one guy that fired, and I don't need to bother firing him. So
Okay, well, I'm going to say to everybody else, there are no snipers in starter kit. If you got a shot and the guy's broken, take it. If he doesn't have anything else to shoot at, and that guy doesn't have anything to shoot at.
F5?
Yep.
Does he need to shoot at E8?
Why would you not? You can't break a weapon, right? I wouldn't shoot a support weapon at that. But
Right.
there is no sniper. There is no reason to not take the one.
Correct.
Leader directed.
Correct. But
I mean, there's no but.
is there any reason why I actually really need to roll the dice other than just wasting time?
I can route back.
You can't route anywhere.
You're on the hill.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so
Yeah.
disregard what I said. If
Right.
you can't break, if your guy's going to die for failure route, don't shoot him.
Right. So I don't know
Very
if you
good.
saw that.
Yes.
Yeah. But you are right.
Yeah,
Yeah. If he's broken, you want to shoot at him again to double break him. But that's why this guy's up on the hill here to either A, bait your shot out, which you didn't do, or it kind of serves two purposes. If you didn't shoot him, then he's going to break his route path right there. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, I saw it just like, and it's kind of like a side note on
Clear
it.
that
So
off. And it is now the route phase. You first.
right, let's see.
Out of all that shooting, you've got 2 broken units. Oofda.
So the unit H8 has to go to, actually he can't go to G9.
You're getting a lot of feedback, Stu. There it goes.
Yeah, I'm echoing from your end.
Oh, really?
I put my headset in. You might be echoing from my end, because let me put my little headset in. But I was hearing echoing from your end.
Is that not? That's weird.
There we go.
Well, I just unplugged and plugged my headphones back in.
Yeah, I think you might have been echoing on my end. I'm not sure. But,
sounds better, I think.
So, and that way I can crank your volume a little bit more down here. So, the unit H8 cannot go to G7 because I think he has LOS, and this is where you check LOS. So that is a clear LOS, even though it's off kilter a little bit. So G9 is not an option, and
up and over H10.
The next closest would be he can't route here, so he has to route this direction. So he can go. I'm just going to. Is that a conscript unit? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 to H10. No interdiction because I don't have a unit on the hill that is unbroken. So you'll get the +1 TM of the hill.
So do you in starter kit? There's no going up the side of the hill if you have line of sight up the side.
There is no sides of hills. There's hills and not hills.
Okay, so if I moved up the hill here, I always get the +1 in starter kit.
I believe. Let me check and see here. Why don't you figure your other guy out while I go and check that? There might be a crest line thing that I need to review. Like I said, I'm rusty.
Right. So on the guy on the left-hand side, this unit here in D3, the closest cover is 3 here. This is going to be 5 up the hill. So it'll be 1, 5. So F2 is going to be the closest cover in MF. And he's simply going to go to E3. Do you have your speakers on, Kevin?
I have no speakers. Did anybody join? Might have a thing on?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
I'm using the same.
I think it's Bert. I think it's Bert. Let me try that. Yeah, okay, it was Bert. I think Bert had his speakers up. So he's going to go.
No, it's still there.
Mute Bert. Manually mute Bert, and then it will go away. At least mine did.
Oh, you want me to manual mute him?
Yeah, unless he mutes. Unless he mutes himself. Because yeah, it's coming from Bert. You see his little green circle?
Yeah, let me right click here.
Bert, could you mute your mic, please, so we don't have to mute you?
Okay.
He might be AFK. So I'm just going to mute Bert. If you guys are getting feedback, you can just mute Bert because his speakers are coming through. Yeah, I didn't think it was you, Kevin, because we hadn't had that problem before. So.
Yep.
So there's a route phase. So the unit in D3, the closest cover while you were getting your stuff is F2. No interdiction in E3 because there are no good order units.
And you are correct about the hill up the slope. I do get interdiction there.
Right, that's what I thought. I didn't know if Starter Kit added that or not.
Yep. It's down. If anybody wants to look it up, it is at the bottom of page 3 on the right.
Yeah.
And the top of page 4 for the hills, the terrain.
Funny, I would figure if anything that would be one thing that Starter Kit would just leave out, but it's not too difficult. So the unit up top will move.
Crawling in.
Yeah, the guy on the bottom definitely will low crawl. He's 5 morale. 1, 2, 3, and then he'll just go to G2 for 5. Actually, he'll just go. He'll stay there at F2. To be honest with you. And then this unit here will low crawl up the hill because he has a 5 morale and he's not going to survive any interdiction roll.
Yep.
And
okay, to me, this guy dies because he's got a guy behind him. Why is he taking with me? So, oops. That guy and that guy, and I will label him FTR. And this guy will low crawl back 1 hex. And this guy, will, how far back will he go? He will go as far as he can go and hope for the best, which won't be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to C1. I do not have the guy. Okay. All right. Y'all still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Go ahead and do advances. I'm going to take a bio break.
All right. Actually, we'll do this. Because that will... Actually, we really want... Because if I go like this, and if he shoots at the unit in I-9, then he'll break it. But I really... if I go this way, I maintain the same thing. But we'll go here instead. Screw it. That 447... He'll go here instead of on the hill. That should be fine. Oop. Wrong button. Yep. And let's see. That will be... That was the event phase. The close combat phase. Now we go to bad guy turn 1. Get rid of his there. What I did in this unit here, I wanted to put him further on this side, so in case he did break, that he essentially gets to route forward into a forward location. I didn't want to put him here in case, not that this unit will go over here and really threaten him, because therefore if he routed, if he shot at him again, he can only route back to here. Now for whatever reason, if he puts this unit like over here and shoots him to DM him again, now I can route this direction and get closer to my objective up here. He's eventually going to self-rally with a 7. I'll never go to try to rally that unit. There's no point unless a leader happens to be in the area. So that's the idea behind that. If you guys have any questions for the very first turn, we can solicit those right now. If you guys have any specific things that you, hey, I missed that, or I didn't understand that shot, or something like that, we can go over that. A couple of quick questions, if you guys have any.
I have a quick question if you can hear me.
Yeah.
He's not here, but I was really curious why he chose not to put his rate of fire in a place that the first turn he'd have a shot. Did he explain it earlier on?
He kind of did. Yeah, he kind of did. Describe. Tell me where you would put it.
Oh, anywhere you put it that it's going to have a shot, it's probably going to die. It's just
Are you
basically.
talking about the machine gun? Yeah, my thought was
Yeah.
here to help with hill and here. The issue is that if I put him here, this area I can't see anything but with these guys, and then I'm in the same pickle that I am over here, where I only have a couple of units that can deal with the people over there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and I'm only in a 2.
Why,
you know,
why not F4?
Maybe F4.
Let me look here.
Oh, it's in the center of the big hill.
Yeah,
And
I
then pull one of
I
your
want-
units over to the other side.
yeah, I want him to be around, and
It's
F4
just basically
will,
to keep him around. Okay.
F4 will have no place to go.
Right.
Now, it's not to say that where he's at isn't, is going to be a great place either, but
But it's safer. It's
Yeah.
safer. And again, it's he doesn't know where I'm coming on. If I had set up first, his setup would obviously be completely different. So therefore, like I said, he did a good job covering all the entry hexes to make me pay for coming on. I mean,
well, to maybe make you pay. I didn't actually.
right, theoretically, yeah.
He didn't.
Dice-
That's it.
Dicebot unforgiving. But
Let's see here. 7.2, 8.5, 8.5. What are yours?
well, if you're rolling 8, I actually don't even need to roll, so mine aren't probably that high.
It's just a couple of times I played before, and admittedly, it wasn't against stellar competition. Everything that happened on the bottom board really didn't matter.
Right,
It was how fast the Russians got up to the top board.
correct. Yeah, the bottom
Which is
board is
why
irrelevant. Well, the
I
bottom board
wanna-
has minor relevance,
Yes.
and the relevance is he's either got to give me a bloody nose and break as many units as possible, which is essentially slowing me down, or try to essentially body block me. If he just has guys in buildings,
another
then I can't
possibility
move
I
into
thought
them.
of was actually here for
Yeah.
the 8-1.
Yeah.
And that was a thought. So
Yeah, there's a number of things there, and obviously the medium machine gun can't cover all avenues of approach. It's a pretty dense little for starter kit, and with the orchards in the way on this particular map, like on your starter kit 1 board, no orchards, and so you're not going to have any hindrances. So there would be, I mean, that position where he's at right now in a starter kit 1 board with no, I mean, that just essentially it eliminates all access in the K, L, and J row, and you know, that will give him some more free access. But he probably thought he needed some more firepower and a deterrence for me just running down the road. I mean, I could literally just take 10 squads and just jam them straight down. And which I was thinking. I was thinking about jamming 3 squads into K7. I can get there, but I'm going to get shot. It's going to be like an 8-up 1 shot, which is pretty darn good, you know. And if they break, they're screwed, because then they'd probably be broken like here or here, and where are they going to route to? They're just going to die. I mean, if they're just going to, they have first of all, they have to, well, they can't route there either. They have to go straight back, and so they have to low crawl at open ground. At that point, he gets a free shot. So risk versus reward, that's it. I thought that was a pretty decent spot for it. LMG over here is just the same way, you know, pretty safe.
Yeah.
If I don't go
LMG,
over
I
there,
have no
then he preserves his
questions
leader, which is good.
It's just
Again.
in a target.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
target-rich environment. It seems a shame that your only rate-of-fire weapon you sat on for a turn.
Yep.
And the thing is he didn't necessarily sit on it. I just didn't give him the opportunity to shoot it.
But if it was in a different place, you would have taken the opportunity.
No, if he put it in F4, if the MMG was up here, where are all my guys going to come on? They're all going to come on here. I
I
go.
would have moved one of the
or
2
here.
squads he put up on the top that are both DM'd.
Yeah.
I would have only put the one up there and moved the other one down to guard the central road.
That's fine. But then,
that's a thought.
yeah,
That's a thought.
there's plenty of ways to set it up. But if if he goes medium and full squad here, yeah, pretty much he gets 1 more shot. But yeah,
I think I like G2 better.
G2's not too bad, or F
G2 is not a bad choice. either.
G2 or F2, because it covers the whole road and gives you good range.
Well, the other thing about that is it has the potential, quite likely, I think, of being able to skulk back here. On
Yep.
on
Go
the
back to the
turn.
other.
Well,
map.
there's a building in F2. You probably want
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what I meant. There.
yeah. But yeah, we got the point. Yeah, absolutely. So
Yep.
J1 guys.
yeah,
Alrighty.
J1 covers both roads for sure.
Yeah, 'cause that keeps you on both, whether you come in either direction.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey, are any of the buildings multi-story?
Yeah, but remember, no.
None. The starter kit.
J1 can't see anything up on the hill edge either, though. These over here can at least try to get some of the hill edge hexes, including this one. So that's one advantage for being out on point. Now, this has the advantage that it can actually kind of go backwards to
Right.
an area that's going to be important later in the game. So,
Right. And he had a unit, surprisingly, in E8, which, again, I try to bait him with a shot in D5, because that's a 2-2 shot, and that guy would be screwed if he broke. So he didn't take
yeah,
it. Again, fire.
I needed my 3 on that shot against the stack.
Yeah.
The 6-up one. That would have been helpful. But,
Yeah, that would have been pretty.
well.
That'd been pretty sweet. But that's just the dice.
Were we advancing here? Yep.
No, this is we are in rally phase. Bad guy turn 1.
Route phase, but
Rally phase.
Routing's done, right?
Rally phase.
Oh, you
Yeah,
advanced?
I advanced everybody. Everyone's done. Everybody's done.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. In that case, we'll flip and flip, and you can take care of the top there. Get rid of no pins, right?
Yep.
So I don't think I can rally anyone. Broken. Just start DMs. Yep, that's it.
Wow.
And prep fire.
me see my little story kit board. Won't your Snake Eyes rally a unit, Kevin?
No, I have a five morale. Oh wait, I have a 5 morale.
Well,
That
that's
goes
just
to a 1, which goes up by 1 for the woods, but it goes down by 1 for self rally. So I need a 1. And Snake Eyes are not a guaranteed rally in starter kit.
really. It doesn't have it on the chart.
Yep, there is no auto rally. If you can't get Snake Eyes, you can't rally.
Okay, but let's. If you roll Snake Eyes, won't that leader create regardless?
It was. Let me see here.
I mean, I don't have a
Those guys
starter
get,
kit chart in front of me.
those
Let me
guys get, let's check the little.
let me grab my starter kit chart. I don't have my starter kit charts.
I don't think they're excluded from that. So, and let's see here. Can you shoot me? You can't shoot me, so I'm going to leave him. I don't want to CR him because they need to be a 4 morale. Right now, I can try to rally him next turn on a 5, and that's 27% of the time. So I'm not going to, if I roll 12, which is the equal chance of rolling a 2, I CR him, and then he's a 4 morale guy. So I'm going to leave him.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And for prep fire, there is none. For movement, you've got your. Oh, you didn't have any rallies with the units with leaders, right?
Yeah. No, they couldn't make it. I was trying to get them in a position where they could rally back, but
All right.
you popped them.
So we will go to movement.
No, it actually doesn't have. I wish the starter kit charts would reference actually the rule number that the chart essentially is derived from. Well, it kind of does a little bit, but not in the leader creation. Interesting. Interesting.
So assault move for 1. Assault move for 2.
Let's see. Yeah, we'll take that shot.
All right.
The reason why I'm taking this shot versus waiting later, because the assault moves, so therefore he's not getting the non-assault movement. It'll be a +3 shot an hour later. But since I get, essentially what it does, it allows me to have 2 shots, because he expended 2 movement factors to enter that location. And it will be the exact same shot I would take later in the defensive fire phase. So that'd be a 4-up-3, which is a crappy shot. But that's the only thing we have. That is the only thing we have. So we'll take a 4-up-3. God, this thing doesn't pop up. A 7 on the 4 is a Pintas check. That's actually a result.
He's good.
He's good. We'll yeah, we'll subsequent for fire there for a 2-up-3, and that will do nothing. But at least we got a result on him. It's possible, you know, that could have pinned him, and that could have been my second shot with was the 3. So I wish this thing wouldn't pop up area. Let's do that. But yeah, I'll make the creation. If anyone knows where the leader creation section is in the rulebook, the SK4 rulebook or SK whatever rulebook.
Section 5, maybe?
5.
5.3.
Oh, thank you.
Page 21.
You are the man. Holy crap. 5.3.
What do we want? The image dot.
Interesting. Okay.
So the question is, can my guy stand a 6 up one or not.
That's a tough one.
That is the entire question.
That's a tough one.
Well, I'm gonna assault move this guy. Way up and rolling. See, I need something good to happen, and if I assault move this guy to here, then I can get back into this guy to help guard all the stuff over on the right side of the board.
Right.
And just give that one up. But if I fail, what's that mean if I fail?
If you fail, you still get over there.
It just means the game's in a much worse situation than it already is.
Yeah.
Full assault.
Okay. And again, I can't see him there because this hill and H4 creates a plateau effect, which disallows me to seeing at a lower elevation at anyone else. This guy can only pretty much see everything on the hill.
Defensive fire.
Defensive fire. Okay. Since there are no snipers, I might as well try and kill that unit. He's going to be DM'd anyway, but we'll try and kill him. I don't care about that. He is in LOS, so we'll go. We'll fire J10 and J9 at I7. Medium machine gun has a clear LOS. It has the 100s there and the +3 stone building, so that will be an 8+4 shot.
Yep.
That will be no effect. The units over here, I might as well try to kill this unit over here. I don't need to shoot the unit in A3 to DM him, but he'll just low crawl ad infinitum. So I'm also just trying to shoot him now, and there are no snipers, so let's just teach him.
I count all your, if you take the 6 single unit guys, you can get a 12 up, no, excuse me, a 24 up one.
Nah, we're gonna treat him right. We're gonna fire Elkin at him, E4. So that will be an 8 minus 1.
8 minus 1.
Yeah, we're not gonna fire the LMGs.
We're gonna laugh that one off. You watch. There
Uh,
we go. Normal?
Yep. Yeah.
8 on the 8. All right. We're gonna roll a 3 right here. Right here, tell you.
There we go.
Would have been back up on full ASL.
Right, exactly. See, there's your leader creation.
I told you to shoot your 24.
And that's why
Now
you
you're
don't
gonna
shoot those giant sharks, because they continue.
You're gonna shoot the 24 now?
No, I'm going to just do a dice roll fest because it won't matter. I'm going to shoot the 4 even from D5.
All right.
Because I need 7 for morale checks, right? On the 4 chart. No, 6 for morale checks.
6, 42%.
So we'll just roll lots of those. We'll just for the hell of it, we'll roll.
Well, the others are 4 up ones.
Yeah, so that is a no effect, and so
No
I need to
effect.
roll a 6. Okay. All right.
5, 4 plus ones.
All right,
Just
we'll
roll
double these
them.
guys. The 4, 5, 8s will fire 8 plus 1.
Yep.
That'll get a 2 check.
5 on the 8 is a 2 check.
Yeah.
Stand tall, boys. And I think that is a half squad. Yep.
Yeah.
It. Okay. Advanced fire. I got a whopping 2 flat I7 to H8.
Right.
Or wait a minute. Were you done? Sorry.
Yeah, those are the only units I can see.
You have one more. You have one more shot.
For,
Guys in E7 and F.
oh yeah, the long
6.
shot. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
3, 6. Yeah, we'll go. Wow, 6 up 4. Might as well take it.
8 up 4.
No LMG.
Okay.
There's
6 up 4.
Yeah, 6 up 4. 8. Again, if it was a 12 machine gun LMG, that'd be fine. But 11 is going to break 1 out of every 12 times.
I think you got a 4 up 4.
Yeah.
On the other guy, I think that could get a pin task check.
4 up 4. Nah, I won't bother with the pin. If you want to advance in one of those crappy locations, I'll let you. So, So it's fine.
All right.
Honestly, I don't really want to pin you there.
Okay. So now I'll take my 2 flat. I7. Control Shift I. Pin task check. No, so 1 flat, no effect. Hit for advanced fire. Flip routes. Nobody. Advancing.
1, you and nobody's on level 1. Okay. Yep.
So,
The 6 is kind of just a funny counter. Just kind of a funny counter.
huh.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna come back up. Back there, 6 up 3s. What are they gonna do? Probably. I'm not back here, and these guys get free. All right, we'll stay like that. I hope we can get you in close combat. Turn 2.
All right, so the end of turn 1 sees the Russians fully in control of the hill, ready to step off either into the village and decimate the remaining forces of the Romanians, or going on to his major objectives on board W. So units at the bottom of the board making a little bit slower headway than I like to enjoy, but we're going to try our best to occupy the Romanian's time and make him waste his time. But I think I might have too many units down there. I need to get some of those guys out and help with the other guys on board W. Look for turn 2 coming soon, and thanks for watching, and I enjoyed all the questions in the game. Like more, and it will just be a better experience for everyone. I really enjoyed the questions. I think it's working out well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.